Week 4, Day 1 of remote learning. Today we talked about the essential question, what can you do? We practiced the sight word can by writing it again and again on marker boards. And then we wrote I can, and then I let the children choose to write what they could do in a simple picture. We remembered that there should be spacing between each word and that a period comes at the end of the sentence. In math, we discussed how can you show and count to 3 and 4 with objects. We got into our math workbook and we used manipulatives to put on the 5 frame to count to 3 and 4. When you participate with these at home, you can use anything you'd like. Pieces of cereal, pieces of popcorn, any kind of little toy you have around the house to use. Feel free to use any of those items as you count in those 5 frames. We worked on almost all of the pages in our math book for lesson 1.3. We worked it out together on the board and in our workbooks. We also played some games with clothes pins to find the correct answer, looking at 3 and 4. Your child may not have completed this 3 worksheet. If they didn't, please have them do it at home. Right here is the spiral review for lesson 1.3. We did not get to this, so if you have an opportunity to do this on remote days, that would be greatly appreciated. Later on, we did a read aloud of the Pledge of Allegiance. We talked about what we do when we stand each day and do the Pledge of Allegiance and what the Pledge of Allegiance means from this kid-friendly book. The next read aloud we did today was Pete the Cat and the Pizza. We then had some more reading time and talked about the sight word can. First, we took our time practicing these sentences together. Then we practiced this book, which came home together. Then students sat with their friends to read through this book with a partner. Later on in the day, we read a story about filling buckets. Feel free to Google search or find a YouTube video on being a bucket filler and not a bucket dipper. We read 2 different books about being a bucket filler. Then we discussed which of these pictures represented a bucket filler and a bucket dipper, cut them and sorted them into each category. Each student received a little certificate that they are certified bucket fillers. During center time, students were able to do reading eggs, sort capital and lowercase letters, play a boom card activity, or sit with Mrs. Wergo and work on reading I Can books. Next, I want to discuss with you the importance of turning in assignments on the Google Classroom. Apparently, it has been stated to you that if your child does not do a certain number of assignments on remote days, they will be absent. So I want to express to you the importance of turning in assignments on the Google Classroom. So first, you're going to get on your iPad and you're going to go to your Google Classroom. You're going to go to classwork to make your list a little bit more manageable to see. Choose whatever assignment from the classwork list that you would be interested in having your child do. Click on it. Click on the link. Open it in the appropriate browser. You may need to sign in to your child's account unless it is saved on their iPad. Then you may do the activity.
Consonant X.
When you have finished the assignment, even if it was simply watching a video, click on that to go back to your iPad screen to Google Classroom. At the very bottom, you will see a little arrow. You're going to click on that arrow. Then you will click Turn in Assignment, mark as done. You're all set to go. Then you may go back to the Google Classroom in the upper left-hand corner. You may go back to the Google Classroom where the classwork list is, and you will notice that all of the other assignments that I have not done are blue, but the one that I just did now is gray. That's how you know which assignments you have completed and which assignments you have not.